Welcome to the Garuda Foundation Matwork, a cleverly formulated matwork that is safe for everyone to practice. Here we build movement from the micro to the macro, first by isolating individual muscles, moving on to muscle groups, and then onto the myofascial lines they belong to.
My history is that of a dancer. I used to be a dancer.
In this way,
and a
each set of
choreographer.
movement prepares
So as part
you
of
for more
our training, our dance training, we had, Pilates, and we had body conditioning. So it was a lot of functional work, because as a dancer, we're always going to getting injured, or we were asked to do lots of difficult things. So it was part of our training. And I just found that I had to find different ways of moving to express myself. I mean, I love Pilates, and I keep telling everyone that Pilates is like my mother, you know. Yeah. But at some time you have to leave mother, and you got to leave the house, and you got to go away, and you got to yes. set up your own house, your own family. And so although Pilates is my base for everything, I found the need to find a different expression. And so I've used all my work from the yoga, from the Tai Chi and the Qigong, from Feldenkrais and from Alexander techniques. It's a big mixture of a lot of things, because for me, life is about movement. It's not about staying on a mat. It's not about a piece of equipment. It's how you can translate everyday movement, into a functionality. And for me, everything we do has to be functional work, So it meant very naturally to move into a progression away from Pilates and into something that was more functional, that was more also spiritual. For me, it's working with awareness.
So this is the essence for Garuda?
For me, the sense of Garuda, there's three very main things that I kind of always talk about: attention, intention, and inquiry. Yes, attention to detail. Yes, attention to how you're working, what you're working with. Intention is, I intend to work in this way. It's my direction, how I work. Yeah, and inquiry is what is happening inside me. How do I feel when I do this? How is my body reacting? Proprioceptionally, what is happening around me? How am I reacting to everything? And these three things are very, very important. And that for me brings about a sense of spirituality. When you encompass all these things, there's a sense of inquiry all the time, a sense of understanding, a sense of also compassion, because you learn to deal with yourself and all your injuries and the possibilities or the impossibilities, but yet you grow from them. So for me, that's very important. And I use a lot of rhythm and flow. For me, I don't stop movement. For me, it's about how I work through movement. And it's not important for me to get something perfectly right. That's not the whole goal. It's how you move from A to B. And that for me is really how you develop strength, the moving from A to B. And as a result, we have a wonderful system that people love. And I love teaching it. It's my passion. It's my life.
I can saw this passion when you teach.
Good, thank you.
I really enjoyed every minute in your classes. I could say it's true. It's a way to live.
No, it is a way to live. It's a vocation. I've decided this is.
Yes.
I think being a teacher is such a wonderful opportunity. It's a blessing, and you have to. It's a responsibility as well. So you've got to treat it well. You've got to really treat it with a lot of awareness and a lot of passion and compassion.
Okay. Do you know this will be your first teaching training in Brazil?
I'm so excited.
Yes.
Well, it's my first major. No, listen, I always love coming and teaching in Brazil. No, it's actually my second one, but this is my first one with.
Courses?
Yeah, I've taught a course before, a foundation. It went really, really very well. But this is my first big major one, and I'm really excited because I love working with the Brazilians. They're very passionate. Yeah, they kind of they don't hold anything back. They give completely, and there's always such a good exchange of energy. It's not like Europe when I have to shake people and say.
Yes.
with the Latinos, it's always there's always exchange, and for me that's very important. I always think it's not enough for me just to teach. I also need people to ask why we're doing this, where this is coming from. And not just follow, because I don't believe in textbook, exercises. For me, it's how you develop it. I want to create intelligent teachers, And I always find that when there's an exchange, and I find this a lot, I love the energy in South America, when there's an exchange, then something grows out of it.
And also, you know, you will be in Chile.
I'm so excited. I'm really, well,
will be nice.
it
Will
is
be nice and
really,
hard.
really excited. For me, it's about, yeah, I get to meet a different culture, different people, and I learn. For me, I learn out of the situation myself, because it's dealing with things very differently. It's completely a different language, a different, yeah, understanding. So yeah, it's very exciting. I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay, James, do you want to leave a message for these people?
Well,
For Brazilians and South American people who want to
well,
attend
for one
the
thing,
courses?
thank you for having me. That's very important, first and foremost. And that to please give Garuda a chance, try it, because I think it's a very beautiful way of moving. It's a very beautiful way of being. It's very three-dimensional, and I think for me it's rewarded me as a teacher. But I've been working with it for about 5 years, and I've seen people grow, and I've also seen teachers become intelligent teachers. It's really about becoming, Garuda is all about creating intelligent teachers. It's not about giving you a formula and asking you to follow it. It's about giving you the tools wherein you can actually use them to progress, to kind of, you as a teacher ask questions. You ask why not. You know, and for me that's very important. I don't believe in in these textbooks which kind of say, all right, this is your syllabus, follow this, or you got to, because everybody is very different. And you have to learn to look at each architecture differently. So everybody's an architecture. You know, it's a real kind of a different building, and you have to look at this person, you have to see what emotions they come with, what's their whole being, and then you got to work with that. And I think Garuda allows you to do that. And so, yeah, thank you for having me. Please, yeah, please try the workout, because the work's very beautiful. And it's something you can use for everything. You can use it in Pilates, you can use it in gyro, you can use it in yoga. It's a philosophy. Yes, it's a whole kind of, it's a system which is based on a philosophy of movement, but it's the kind of movement we have. It's three-dimensional. It works a lot around spirals, and it works about with a certain amount of functionality. For me, functional movement is very important. It's no good lying on a mat for an hour and thinking you can stand up and it's going to make you strong. No. We work on different levels. We work on the floor, we work kneeling down, we work on our hands and knees, we work standing up. So we work on different levels, and that's very important because it strengthens the body, you know, very cleverly. So please come and do class. Yeah, and yeah, come and say hello to me, because I